Rap music mogul Jay-Z revealed as an accused rapist in a civil lawsuit initially filed against Sean Diddy Combs. The two stars, now accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at an after party decades ago. I have 7 shocking details from the suit and what Jay-Z, Combs, and the accuser's lawyer are all saying about it. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Jay-Z, of course, is one of the biggest names in rap music, and he has been a longtime friend and associate of Sean Diddy Combs. Now he's being revealed as the name behind Celebrity A in a lawsuit filed by a Jane Doe from Alabama, who claims that Combs and now Jay-Z raped her in the year 2000. And in a bit, I'm going to tell you what both Jay-Z and Sean Combs are saying about this lawsuit, so stay tuned for that. Combs is currently in federal custody, accused of racketeering and sex trafficking, and he's pleaded not guilty to those charges. The sex trafficking charge filed against Combs relates to allegations made by his ex, Cassie Ventura, that he forced her to take part in freak-offs, days-long sex acts with male sex workers. Cassie had originally filed a civil lawsuit against Combs in November of 2023. That suit, of course, was settled in record time within a day. Before that, Combs' lawyers say that Cassie's lawyers had made an offer to them that they could buy the rights to a book she was writing for $30 million in exchange for it never seeing the light of day. Cassie's lawsuit and the subsequent settlement seem to open the floodgates for other women to file civil lawsuits against Combs. More than a dozen have been filed, including one by a Jane Doe in October. At the time the suit was filed, Combs was the main defendant, and 2 other celebrities were listed as Celebrity A and Celebrity B. Celebrity A was listed as a man, and Celebrity B, a woman. Now attorney Tony Busby, after some legal back and forth with a demand letter and dueling lawsuits, says Celebrity A is Jay-Z, whose legal name is Sean Carter. The suit begins. Defendant Sean Combs, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. P.D.,
all them AKAs,
yeah. Along with his longtime friend and collaborator,
all them extra
Sean
names.
Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after-party, but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. The plaintiff says she was 13 at the time in January of 2000 when she said she went to the MTV Video Music Awards at Radio City Music Hall. She didn't have a ticket, so she approached limo drivers who were parked outside hoping to get in. The lawsuit says one of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said that she fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after-party. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after-party first.
Parties.
But
it's always them parties, yo.
To return to his
You'll get caught up in them parties, yo, for real.
And pick her up after and take her to the after-party. While the woman says she was outside the VMAs talking to the limo drivers, inside it was a big, big night, particularly for Jennifer Lopez, who was at the awards show with her then-boyfriend, Sean Combs. They were a hot couple back then, and Lopez won the VMA for Best Dance Video. She was on top of the world that night. The woman claims that night, outside of Radio City Music Hall, she got into a limo with someone affiliated with Sean Combs. That suit says, after approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at a large white house with a gate U-shaped driveway. Once inside, 2 men asked plaintiff to sign a non-disclosure agreement, informing her that she could not discuss what happened at the after-party. She gave them her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. The Jane Doe described seeing celebrities, but those people are not named. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMAs. Waitstaff circulated throughout the room, carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses, circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of that drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplar container used by Combs and or his agents/employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. And these are the photos included in the lawsuit that
Oh
show a
yeah,
small
they
plastic
got
container
photos.
that the plaintiff claims contained drugs at the party. The woman, remember, who claims she was 13 at the time, says she felt woozy and went to
So
look
hold
for
on, this was in the 2000s, right? And they had pictures and evidence and whatnot, and this is just now coming out. Like, why now though? You feel me? If y'all had evidence and whatnot of this long time ago, and it's been hushed up and quiet and whatnot, why all of a sudden now? You know what I mean? I think that's just the interesting part about it that makes this like it's not like it's unbelievable, but like it's just iffy in a sense because you have all this evidence. You could have been did something since back then. You could have been um helped out the victim and whatnot, and and put these people where they need to be and whatnot. Either as jail or give them some type of fine and whatnot, but nothing. But hey, whatever.
to lay down. She claims she found a bedroom that had just a large bed in it with no other furnishings. And what she describes next is incredibly disturbing. The cases I cover each day here on Crime Fix show you just how scary the world can be. And one of the scariest things that can happen is if you ever get hurt. But I want you to know if you're ever seriously hurt or in an accident, your case could be worth millions. That's where Morgan and Morgan comes in. The firm has an army of more than 1,000 lawyers who will fight for what
Skipping
you
this.
deserve, and they have the track record to prove it. In the past few months, Morgan and Morgan has won big verdicts like $12 million in Florida, $26 million in Philly, and $6.8 million in New York. ForThePeople.com/CrimeFix. The suit states, soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity,
Mm,
Celebrity B. Plaintiff immediately
Celebrity
recognized
B.
all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her, and
Hopefully
said,
that's
"You
not
are
beef with
ready to
Beyonce.
party." Combs then threw
But let
plaintiff
me
toward a
stop.
wall, causing
It's
plaintiff
an
to fall.
allegation. I don't know.
Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her, while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After
Mm.
Carter was finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity.
I can't really properly like give a reaction right now because I just don't know like if it's true or not. So I can't really like, oh man, that's crazy, yo, damn, they really did that until like the evidence and whatnot, and to really know what it is, I can't really give like a genuine reaction in the sense because I really don't know if this really happened. You know what I mean? And if it did happen and whatnot, why now? You hear me? And that's just it. Just takes away from the gravity of it all, too. So it's just like I'm hearing this and whatnot, and if it's true, I feel sorry for the victim, and I pray you get better and whatnot, and I pray that you get some type of justice and whatnot. If it happened, this is just an allegation or whatnot. I'm not victim shaming or anything like that, but I just don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm just looking at this just to see where it's at.
He watched. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. The allegations in this suit are very disturbing, and Sean Combs is denying the claims being made by the woman, who's now around 37 years old. Combs and his legal team said in a statement, "This amended complaint and the recent extortion lawsuit against Mr. Busby exposes his barrage of lawsuits against Mr. Combs for what they are: shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having
Mm,
lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs."
which is true, and that can happen. If they have something on you, they can put something on you. But this right here, it's kind of like there's too much. It's the nuance in the details that's within it is kind of like questionable. Like, why do they have this much information on you? You hear me? And why now? So it's like it can work, but it also can't work because Jay-Z can countersue, and sue them for defamation or whatnot, or just lying concerning what happened or whatnot. If he was there, if he wasn't there, and so to see this happen the way it's happening, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really touching it that hard. I'm just really just reacting to it just to see, all right, what's coming out of it or not. Hey, if there's anything that really does come out of it, if not, I'm here.
His legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. And Jay-Z posted a lengthy statement on
Mm-hmm.
X calling the allegations heinous.
Mm.
My lawyer received a blackmail attempt
Mm.
called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the
Tony
nature of these
Bugsby.
allegations and the public scrutiny would make me
What a
want to
name.
settle.
Tony
No, sir,
Bugsby.
it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So, no, I will not give you one red penny in all caps. These allegations are so heinous in nature that
And again, these allegations doesn't really have to be true. It could just be a smear campaign too. That's just like to come up to put Jay-Z in a negative light in a sense. So either way, it is working because now the media it's framing this in a way or having this in a way that you look bad, because this is all over the place. So the smear campaign is going on, it's happening with now a lot of people that without the right mindset that is not able to like think for themselves or critically think or weigh things and whatnot properly. They're automatically gonna be like, well, if it's in the news, I believe it, and that is what it is. Um, you know.
for you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how
Mm.
you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over.
But the person had great timing, though. The fact that it's so closely correlated with Jay Z having parties. I mean, P Diddy having parties, and Jay Z would be there too and whatnot. And it's closely correlated. And the time frame, it's kind of like sometimes all a person needs with a good smear campaign is timing, and this is perfect timing. So whoever's behind it, yeah, they hit it. They just hit it with the sweet spot right there with the timing.
I'm more than prepared to deal with your type.
Mm.
Jay-Z then talks about his
Hey,
family
that
and the
lawyer
toll
talking
this
big
will
though.
take on them. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at
Yeah,
the age
Jay Z
where her
talking
friends
big.
will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all.
It is good though that he came out with such detailed response concerning it and explaining how heinous this is and whatnot. So that is good for him because he got right on it and whatnot. So that's good.
Celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. And lawyer Tony Busby, who filed the suit in the first place, is firing back also on X. Regarding the Jay Z case and his efforts to silence my clients, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she sought only a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself and will litigate the facts in court. not in the media. I want to bring
Mm,
in Nima Rahmani.
smart.
He is an entertainment attorney, and he's been following the whole Sean Combs
Entertainment attorney,
ordeal
huh?
very closely. So, Nima, your thoughts on
You.
Jay Z being revealed as Celebrity A in this lawsuit? I know you and I discussed this a few weeks back.
A
And
few
Jeanette,
weeks
I'm
back.
not surprised. You and I have
That's
speculated,
crazy.
as to who
Well,
this might be.
this
And
been in
I
the
think it was
talks.
really telling when
What
Alex
else do they
Spiro and
know?
Quinn Emanuel filed that extortion lawsuit against Tony Busby. It's pretty well
Mm,
known that Spiro
it is extortion.
represents
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Jay Z and Rock Nation. So it was the most likely celebrity, and now it's been revealed the allegations are indeed against Jay Z.
Hmm.
I think it's interesting
Right.
too
Right.
because Alex Spiro came out swinging about a month or two ago when something came up about Jay Z and Beyonce on a Piers Morgan show, and he came out, sent some type of letter to Piers Morgan saying, "You need to retract this, get rid of whatever was said about my clients," and he did it lickety split, and then that was kind of a big red flag that Jay Z was on the offense or on the defense and on the offense, trying to play a little bit of both. So, but the thing is, Jay Z is saying this isn't true. He's filed a motion to dismiss this suit. He is not taking this laying down. He is saying, this has emboldened him to not give in and pay one red cent. But this woman is claiming this was Jay Z and Sean Combs who raped her as a 13-year-old girl. So how do we get to the truth of the matter here?
So what you would want if you are Busby and this now woman's lawyer is ideally you have some sort of corroborating evidence and a contemporaneous report. It can be challenging to bring these types of cases decades later. Now, it's really going to go in one of two ways. And we saw it with Diddy and Cassie Ventura. This is either the first of many lawsuits that are going to be filed against Jay Z, or this is a one off. We know that Weinstein and Cosby and Epstein, oftentimes abusers abuse more than one victim. And I'm not saying any of this is true, but if it is, there may be more than one victim here. And if others do come forward, sometimes it's hard for jurors to believe one victim in a he said, she said type situation. But when victim after victim is telling the same story, physical and sexual violence, that's very hard for jurors to overcome.
Mm,
We still don't know who Celebrity B is. There's been a lot of
that's what I'm
speculation
saying.
about that.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't know who it is. We know it's a woman, and she so far has not been.
But why would it be Celebrity B? I think that's too close to the chest. The fact that they're saying Celebrity B, are they implicating Beyonce in this too? Are they implicating Beyonce into the free parties and whatnot, how she's into it and all that? I don't know. These are just allegations and whatnot, but I don't want to, go too far and whatnot and say that's just what it is and whatnot. But
Unmasked. Tony Busby has not revealed Celebrity B's identity. What can we take away from that?
There's a celebrity B. There's a lot of speculation out there. I mean, obviously, we know who Diddy was dating at the time. And that's who a lot of people think it was. But, obviously, we weren't there, and it's just innuendo and rumors right now. But that individual, from a legal perspective, the allegation is that she was a witness. She was not a participant. Witnessing a sexual abuse is certainly terrible, but I don't know necessarily if there's any legal claim against her. Although I'm sure Celebrity B does not want to be unmasked and wants nothing.
You
to
just
do with
said
this,
legal claim
just like
against her.
most.
Why? How do you know the Celebrity B is a her? What is going on here? Like, what do you know, bro? You just said a her. Do you know the gender? So what are we talking about here? I'm listening. I'm thinking he's talking about um the victim itself, but he was explaining the person, the third person, in the third party, which is Celebrity B, or person B. But he said in reference to Celebrity B as her. I don't know. That's kind of weird, bro. I was probably the slip of the tongue right there. You hear me?
Individuals right now want to have nothing to do with the Diddy allegations. And if it's Diddy and Jay Z, I think that same logic is going to apply.
So Jay-Z wants this to go away as quickly as possible. We saw what happened when lawsuits were filed against Sean Combs, or at least the initial one by Cassie. Are we going to see more lawsuits filed against Jay-Z in the coming days?
I think the coming days and weeks and months are really going to be telling. Having represented a lot of victims of sexual assault and abuse, there is a hesitation to be the first one because it can be terrifying to go against a rich and powerful man with a lot of assets and unlimited resources, right? You might get dragged in the media, right? So, but when the first person files the lawsuit and you kind of see it, there is this strength in numbers. And that's what Me Too is all about, right? So I don't know. It's still too early to know. Is this going to be a Me Too type situation for Jay-Z and the entire music industry? Or is this going to be one accuser? And I'm not saying that I don't believe the one accuser, but it is a very different case in the courtroom, in the court of public opinion, if there's many, many accusers. So I think that's going to be the big determining factor in this. And ultimately, if there are a lot of accusers, what does that mean for Jay-Z's business dealings,
All
right?
right.
He is
And with that, I'm done. Can't listen to no more, but we'll see.